Time now 7:16, and there is a lot going on in Washington, D.C. right now. Among the major issues on Capitol Hill, what to do with Obamacare after a rough rollout. There's still plenty of questions. Now we're joined by Texas Congressman Michael McCaul. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, the White House under the microscope, obviously, for the Affordable Care Act. So should it be delayed, in your opinion, at this point?
Well, the president decided to delay it for corporations, unions, special interests. And it seems to me with the botched rollout, it would make a lot of sense to delay it on the individual mandate for 1 year and see if they can fix some of these glitches that they've had. We've had over 3 million individuals now with cancellation of their policies. And I think part of the problem is we remember the rhetoric of you can keep your policy if you like it, and your doctor and your premiums are going to go down. And what we're finding is that that's just not the case. And I think people feel, as I went throughout my district yesterday, they felt like they were basically lied to. And when I ask people who signed up for Obamacare, not one hand goes up.
Right. You know, in talking about these glitches that a lot of folks have been experiencing in the last couple of weeks, you know, I think a lot of folks are also becoming very familiar with the name Kathleen Sebelius, obviously the Health and Human Services Secretary. What do you think should happen to her? Should she step down?
Well, I think she's has not served the president well, and I think she's been in the hot seat. I think she's made some huge mistakes with this rollout, and you know, personally, I think she should go.
All right, turning to immigration, because we have about a minute left. Obviously, another hot topic in Washington. Do you think we could reach a deal by the end of the year?
I don't think that's going to be on the agenda. I think the budget. You know, we don't want to shut down the government, and we want to keep the government open. Deal with those issues, and those are really first and foremost. We have a deadline in January. I did pass a border security bill out of my committee unanimously, which is almost unheard of in today's political environment. And I do think that that's going to move forward, but I don't think you're going to see the House conference with what they call the comprehensive immigration reform bill out of the Senate. I don't think you'll see that happen.
All right, so yeah, that was my next question is, do you think John Boehner will bring it up for vote? But obviously...
Well, we're going to go regular order in the House, which means going through the committees. My committee has certain jurisdiction, judiciary. We will pass legislation, but we're going to do it, you know, bill by bill, and then send it over to the Senate.
All right, Congressman, thank you so much for that insight. We don't want to let you go because we still want to talk some jobs. It's 7:23 this Friday morning, and the jobs report will be out in the next couple of hours, or next hour, I should say. So what can we expect to see? Well, Texas Congressman Michael McCaul is back with us now. Congressman, numbers obviously not here yet, but what are your expectations?
Well, we're hoping we'll see a little bit of recovery, but the problem is with Obamacare rolling out, I think it has a negative impact on the economy. With the budget crisis, we've got to get our fiscal house in order in Washington, and we have to deal with mandatory entitlement spending. And I think all we've done is really put a Band-Aid on a long-term problem, and the sooner we can get that addressed, I think the better the economy is going to be.
Now, if there is growth, what do you think that reflects, or what's your take?
My sense is if there is growth, it will be a modest growth and not a very significant growth, and that's what we want to see, is a more significant growth.
All right, we have about a minute left, and I know you stay so busy, so I want to talk about other legislation that you're currently working on, so break it down for us.
Well, you know, Benghazi is still a very hot issue. I think we want answers. We want the terrorists who killed our ambassador brought to justice. And the fact is the State Department has not put these suspects, that there are 13 sealed indictments on them, have not put them on the most wanted list. There's a reward for justice program, which has worked in the past, very effective counterterrorism tool to capture and apprehend these terrorists. And I asked the question of Secretary Kerry, why aren't they on this list? It's a very simple question, but no answer to that. So I'm filing legislation that will require the Secretary of State to put them on this Rewards for Justice program.
All right, Congressman. Well, we know you stay very, very busy, so we just appreciate you taking some time out to join us on our morning show. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Rita. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, time now 7:25.